Importance of speech therapy in the school environment. My group is María Fernanda Coy, Gilbert Jurián Moreno, Lady Vanessa Jojoa. Title: Importance of the speech pathologies in the school environment. General objective: identify the perception of teachers from primary school about the role of the speech therapist in the city of Neighborhood. Specific goal: 1. Characterize the education institution that participate in the research process. 2. Determine the function recognized by teacher recognize the role of the speech therapist in the school context. 3. Quantify the recognition of teacher in relation to the role of the speech therapist in the school context. 4. Relate the results obtained with the specific competencies of the role of the speech therapy in the school context. Justification. In the first place, the purpose of this research of the identified the perception of teachers from primary school about role of the speech therapist in the city of Neighborhood. The research present has an impact at social level since it will allow the identification of teacher knowledge regarding role of the speech therapist in 3 of their areas of performance, which are communication, speech, and voice. In the educational sector, in the role of teaching, to helping tap the importance of having this professional be recognized in the space. Since it facilitates an integral and adequate learning process for the communicate the development of children, optimism of all students in order to prevent the development of communicate disorder, was educate for and our personal progress is adversely affected by communicate or difficulties such as disorder, delays, or variation. Sample population. Teachers from 3 public institutions in the municipality of Neiva. Sample: primary school teacher in public institution. Type of sample: non-probabilistic. Since our research is based on specific objectives, because this characterization of the population or research already defined, conventionally, since the data that we are going to call in from a determined population and is easy accessible. Information collection instrument. 1. Do you have clue about speech and communication problems? 2. Do you consider interdisciplinary work important to favor the difficulties they may arise in your students? 3. Have you ever referred of suggest that students receive speech therapy? 4. Do you consider the work of the speech pathologist important work group? 5. Have you ever had contact with speech therapy in the education field?
6. Indicate which popular you concern to the speech pathology work. Pregnant mother, under 10 years, older adults, premature, minors, people with disability, newborns, adults. 7. Indicate the arts in which you concern to the speech pathology work. Language, speak, eating, oral function, voice. Have you received training on the detection of learning problem? 9. Of the following alteration you record and entails: speak and disorder, dyslexia, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, and stammer. 10. From 0, 5, where 0 is not at and 5 is very important. How important in the work of the speech therapy in the school set? A analysis of results. For question number 1, anything do you have knowledge about speak and communication problems. If for your answer is yes, justify in the box below. It was of action is a report that time 14% corresponding to the four people do not count about speak and communication problem. 16% corresponding to the six people report to the they dog count speak and communication problems. For question number 2, 18. Do you consider indisciplinary work important to favor the difficult they may ask your student? If your answer is yes, justify in the box below its was obtained is a response to 100%, which the equivalent to the 10 people surveyed agree with the importance of disciplinary work to favor the difficulty of the student. For question number 3, 80. Have you said student to the speak therapy? If you said answer is yes, justify in the box below the result according to the teacher survey. 6 18 6 teacher respond to the take reason we they have referred the student have been to speak and had difficult which a percent equivalent to 15.4%. In the other four, in the whole 45% have not said their student to speak it. For question number 4, 18. Do you consider the work of the speech therapy importance is your work group? If your answer is yes, justify in the box below the result of the which respond to the 10 teacher survey were 10 in 10. See if in the teacher consider the work of the speech therapy to the imports in the work group. Thus, he click turn then in the education efforts. Good communication is a fundament basic for the team product that is with the accomplishment of the speech therapy. A great import could be and be detect certain deficit in the time and possibility influence permanence and the improve of the common. For question number 5, 18. Have you ever I contact with and speak therapy in the education field? If your answer is yes, justify in the box below according to the survey. The following results were after 4 in 10 have had contact with a speech therapy in the education field, which raised to 36%. On the contrary, the after 63% reflect to the have not contact with a speech therapy.
For question 6 didlet. Indicate with which population you consider that the speech pathologies works. As a result of the survey, it was undenied that the population with which a speech therapist works is the following. Then people will survey of which multiple result will obtain on the population that considers that the speech therapist works correspond to under 10 years old people with disabilities with the response followed by older adults with 9 responses. Adolescent with 7 responses, adult and nurse with 6 and 4 responses, of the 9 the lowest number of responses for pregnant and premature mothers. Question 7 and delayed. Indicate the areas in which you consider that the speech pathologist performs. It was found that the areas why the highest recognition of the performance of speech therapy with the people surveyed corresponded her by Then response flow B language at a speech with 9 responses. Of the 9, a lower number of oral function and voice with 9 and for question 9 and delay. Had you received training on the duration of learning problems? If your answer is yes, justify in the box value with a percentage greater than 7 due corresponding to 9 people. The teacher make reference that they had not received training of the duration of learning problems. The corresponding do 7 affirm that they had received training for their own interest and for question 9 and delay, do you reconcile an of the following alteration? Speech, sound disorders, dyslexia, dyscalculia, dysphagia, stuttering. With reference to the people surveyed, it was of the 9 that the alteration that teacher recognized these most are stuttering with then as words followed by dyslexia with 9 answers as last place, sound and speech disorder, dysphagia, dyscalculia, the last recognized with 6 and for question the diddler from 0 5 0 being lightly learn and 5 very important is the board of the speech therapist in the school setting with 7 do corresponding to 9 teachers. They report that the board of the speech pathologists in the school ever known as a level of importance of 5, this being the highest rating, with 2 7 corresponding to the teacher giving a rating of 4, which goes below.
Thank you so much.